Wait, look at my health. It's going down. But boom, I just hit an enemy and I got tons of health back. It's Sol9 and today I have a video on the new vampire build in Elden Ring. This build right here is really cool to use and I'm going to call it the vampire build. If you want to see more builds like this, go right ahead, check the description and you will see a link to a playlist which will be filled with all of my build videos that I have public. But anyways, that's it, and let's move on to this vampire build. So the reason why I'm calling this a vampire build is because the main purpose of this build is to get health back when you attack the enemy. And that's why I'm calling it vampire build, because vampires, they take blood, and when they damage the other person, they get health back. So basically, that's what you're going to be doing. So that's why it's the vampire build. And with this build, it is super easy to get, and just a really cool build like I said. The first thing that you need for this build is the Blasphemous sword, which this can be found by completing the Volcano Manor questline, going through and defeating the snake that you have to defeat, and simply once you defeat it, you're going to get the Blasphemy sword. So we're going to be using this sword to get health back from the enemies after we damage them, which is crazy. Now there's going to be more things you need for this build. Now real quick, before we do continue with the rest, I do want to mention today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is AOE.com. Shout out to you for sponsoring this video, appreciate it. And if you want cheap runes, items, or anything in Elden Ring, check them out and use code SILENT for 3% off. The next thing is a Ash of War. This Ash of War is called the Preyful Strike, which can be found next to the capital. Go right ahead, head all the way over to this watery area near the capital, not in it, but near it. Then you will see an enemy that's invisible. Make sure that you stand in front of its tracks and then simply melee to take it out, and then you're going to get that Preyful Strike. When you use this Preyful Strike, you're going to get health back when you hit enemies, and this is another important thing to have. Next thing is a weapon to use this Ash of War on, and the weapon we're going to be using is this Sacred Butchering Knife, and that's exactly what you need. So go right ahead, head all the way over to the grace that's on the screen. It is this bridge grace right here. Then simply follow me all the way over to this shack. Once you're in the shack, there's going to be an enemy that's going to invade you. You want to take him out. I've already taken him out, so that's why you don't see it on the screen, but just take him out and that will give you that Sacred Butchering Knife. And as you can see in the footage, it just looks crazy. Look at this weapon. This weapon is going to be used for this crazy build, so get this weapon. And this is the weapon that is going to let us use the Preyful Strike Ash of War, so get that. You want that. If you have all of those things, they're going to make it so you get health back when you damage enemies. Now the next thing is going to be some Talisman. You don't just want those weapons. Number one is a Crimson Amber Medallion +2. This will give you more health, so it's a huge plus. As you can see on the screen, this is before and then this is after. So as you can clearly see, I have more health before and after, and that's what you want. Now in order to get this, you need to make sure the capital is destroyed. Now I do not have the capital destroyed, so I cannot show you, but I will explain it. So there's going to be this underground part in the destroyed capital. Simply go down that destroyed part, then just keep following down the hole that you're going to see, and there's going to be this wooden part. And basically you want to go over ahead, go on the first wooden or second wooden part, and there's going to be a dead body. That dead body is going to have the talisman. So hopefully I'm explaining it right, and hopefully you understand. But that is how you guys get that right there. The city has to be destroyed. And that's exactly how you get that talisman. Next thing is a Taker's Cameo. And this one is going to be found by doing the Volcano Manor questline. And this talisman will make it so you get health back when you kill enemies, which that is what we want to do with this build, so you want that. Now next thing is the God-free icon. That's what I recommend you to get. This one isn't really necessary. This one is one of the ones that you really don't absolutely need. The other ones are more important. But this one talisman can be located all the way over here at this point on the map. Simply get a stone key. Put the stone key into the actual place that you need to put it in. That is going to let you actually defeat a boss in this area. And that boss will give you the God-free icon. And finally is the Bull Goat Talisman. And this raises poise. And this one is found all the way in Caelid. Simply head to this actual cave, then go into this cave, follow the cave all the way till the end, and I'll be back once I'm at the end. Now once you're at the end, you will see this dead body, and now just pick up the item that is in the dead body, and then that will be the Bull Goat Talisman. That is what you need to increase your poise. Now, after that, you guys have gotten all of the Talisman and all of the weapons and all of the Ash of Wars. Now, next thing is going to be the Great Rune. You need to get this Great Rune that's on the screen, which makes it so you get health. So definitely really good. And this one can be located after you go through the capital, and just go to the spot right here. Now, when you go to this spot, you're going to have to defeat some bosses, so keep that in mind. But when you are right here, you want to get this Great Rune. Now, finally is going to be the armor. Now, the armor that I recommend you to bring is something that is heavy, and something that is heavy that is really good to bring is this armor right here. Now, you don't have to bring this certain armor, you just want something that's heavy, and the armor that's on the screen is located all the way in the capital. Now, from this grace right here, which this grace should be unlocked by everybody that is in the capital, but basically from this grace, you want to simply follow me all the way down this street, then take a left, then just continue to follow me. Now, once you are right here, you're going to see that there's going to be this bed. This bed is going to have an item on it, and that is going to be the armor that I have in the video. But like I said, you can use any armor that is heavy. Now, that is, the armor right there. Now, those are all the items for this build: the talisman, the weapons, the armor. And if you combine these together and do this in a certain way, you're going to get health back when you damage or when you kill an enemy, which is really good, and that's why I call it the vampire build, is because you're getting health back when you're damaging the enemy, which that's pretty much what vampires do. They damage the enemy or whoever they're getting blood from, and they get health back, and that's why it's the vampire build. And to use this build, all you need to do is make sure that you have that Blasphemous blade on your right hand, then have the sacred butcher knife with the Ash of War on that butcher knife in your left hand. You want to make it so you only have that butcher knife in your hand. So if you're on PlayStation, it's going to be triangle, then it's going to be L1, which will make it so you only have that left weapon in your hand. At this point, you want to make sure that you have the armor and talisman on, then just have an enemy attack you, and as you can see, this enemy attacked me, which, terrible mistake, I don't know why he would attack me, but he did, and you're going to get health back once you hit the enemy. Even if you don't kill him, you're going to get health back, and that is the build. Now, the Blasphemous blade effect will still be going on when you're using this, and you're going to get that effect of the Ash of War that gives you health back. Everything is just going to work together to give you health back when you damage a enemy. And that's the build. That's a new build, super crazy. Shout out to CEO of Diesel Gang. Shout out to you for showing me this build. He was the one that showed me this build, so definitely appreciate it. And that's exactly how you use this build, how you get this build, and this build is crazy. This build is super good with PvE because you're going to get health back whenever you attack the enemies. So go right ahead and use this for the PvE because every time you attack them, you're getting health back. So look at this enemy. He's looking at me funny. He's going to hit me, but hey, guess what? Use this build. Bam, get health back just like that, man. But that's it for this video and this build. Subscribe for more builds and more Elden Ring content, and check out my music that I do make down below in the description. But anyways, that's it. See you guys later. Have a great day or night. Peace out.